What's up, my unknowns? It's your boy Wizard right here. And in this video, I am going to transform into a movie critic. Yay! And the movie, Transformer Rise of the Beast. Yay! I personally think that this movie is better than all the Transformer movie I have seen so far. And I really do heavily recommend this movie for any moviegoer, Transformer fans, anyone that like action and a good story. Now, this movie, it got me, with a couple surprises. So I was really shocked with how this movie went. But I really do like the movie, and I really do like the music being chosen in this film. Especially when I actually stuck around to watch the credits, and I was like, oh, no wonder why some of the music sound familiar. They even have like the unicorn scene from the original The Transformers the movie, the animated film, and they even got the Michael Bay film, the first one from 2007, The Transformers movie. Well, Transformers the movie. So yeah, that was actually pretty cool. So I was like, yeah, no wonder why some of the music sound familiar. But what did I think so far? I actually do like the characters, the Transformers too. So personally, I know some people have problems with the Michael Bay films. But this one, I really do like this one personally. And yes, when I was looking in the credit, Michael Bay was still involved with this movie. So yeah. I actually like Mirage in this film. He really does shine bright in this one. Now, a little disappointed that characters like RC and Real Jack didn't have much in this film. But it was still cool to see them. So let me tell you what the movie is about. So it takes place in a forest planet where I guess it was like half robots and half animals lives. And Scourge was hunting down the Maximum, fighting and searching for the transwarp key, which is basically a stone that transport anyone to any planets. And Unicorn obviously probably wanted to get it so he could create a portal to hunt down planets easier. So, the Maximum was chasing, and before Oxmer Primal left, he was talking to, I guess his name was Apeling. I didn't call his name the first time, but according to my brother, that's what his name was. And he told Oxmer Primal to take care of the transwarp key. So they left to this ship out of the planet, and Scourge was fighting, I guess the Oxmer Primal lookalike, Apeling, and he then realized that the transport key was out of the planet, and it quite was a little depressing seeing the downfall of the Maximum, I guess. And I said I guess because Air Razor, they didn't know that she was still alive, so yeah. Now, moving on. The movie now focuses on the human character Noah, and he was trying to get a job. I'm assuming it was like a military job, and he needed a job so he could help pay for his brother's medical issues. But it was still cool to see him play the Nintendo Game Boy, playing Super Mario Brothers. Yay! And I feel him when he said he couldn't beat Bowser. I was like, oh man, I remember playing as a kid and struggling Super Mario Brothers. But still, it was cool to see that reference. And their code name was, get this, Sonic and Tails. That was cool. Nova was Sonic and his brother was Tails. That was really cool. I love Sonic the Hedgehog, so it was cool to see my two favorite video games franchise there. But moving on. So, as Nova was trying to figure out to get, like, you know, money, he now turned into a life of crime trying to steal this car, which the car turned out to be Mirage. And I actually like Mirage in this film. I really do think he's shined, like I said, especially his personality. And the car chase was cool. Honestly, I actually liked the whole create a hologram to confuse the cops and the, you know, Mirage flipping and then transforming to the other side. I mean, that was so cool, honestly. And one of the cars, you know, got hit in the because it was assuming that Mirage was going to aim at the, I guess you call them, like, what, in the middle, like the steel. Well, it was cool regardless. Well, actually, meanwhile, Elena, the other human character, I guess she was like a researcher researching ancient artifact, and she spotted a bird statue with the Maximum logo on the middle, and it caught her interest because she never seen the symbols before and trying to figure it out. So she actually stayed overnight trying to understand what's this about, and this actually triggers the Autobots and the Predacons, with Scourge is the, you know, is part of the Predacons. Though when I think of the Predacons, I actually think of, you know, the Beast War or the Beast Era Predacons, like, you know, the half beasts, half robots. But in this film, there were just regular robot vehicles, like half like vehicle, half robots, instead of the animal parts. I'm assuming it was like to pay homage to Transformers Robot in Disguise 2001, but I will explain a little later why I feel this way. As the car chase was over, Mirage drove Nova into an abandoned warehouse where the rest of the Autobots were at, and they grouped there. And as Nova transforms, Optimus Prime was upset that he brought Nova with him, and that he would just get in the way, and that Optimus Prime said that they were stuck in planet Earth for 7 years and wants to go back to Cybertron. And Mirage was trying to explain that Nova could help him out get the transwarp key, which was in the museum where Elena was working at. And Optimus Prime ultimately agreed, but Nova was a little hesitant at first until Mirage explained, hey, you could sell him for like a couple $1,000. Not a couple, I think it was like the maybe 6 digits. No, 5 digits. Yeah. I don't remember the exact money, to be honest. But still, and he ultimately agreed. Yeah, he was like, sure, I agreed. But just for the money. And as they went to the museum, the Predacon showed up, and Scourge really put like a huge punch on Optimus Prime. The battle was cool, I'm not gonna lie. Oh man. And then as Noah went into the museum, he saw Elena, and Elena was calling him a thief, which he was technically. And it's funny, he was, you know, pretending to be, I believe it was like a janitor. But still, yeah, it was pretty funny though at first. But yeah, then the movie got serious. So Scourge put out his mini-cons to hunt, I guess there were mini-cons, but you get the point, to hunt Nova to get the transport key. And the battle between Optimus Prime and Scourge was epic. Now, I'm going to say spoilers, so prepare yourself. I'm going to count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Bumblebee died in this film. I was shocked. What? Oh man, Scourge stabbed him and took his Autobot emblem. Oh, and he was like a hunter. Like, oh man, that got me. I was like, whoa. And yeah, so I don't know what to say. It was shocking. But yeah, so he collects emblem as trophies. So basically, he's a trophy hunter. And yeah, and that was really, really weird. But yeah, Scourge took what he thought was the complete transport key until Duty Quan was upset and said this is not the full key. Then Air Razor came to show up where the Autobus was at, and she explained that Scourge did not took the entire transport key. It was split into two for in case something like this happens. So Optimus Prime was very upset that he felt like it should have been him that got killed, but Bumblebee was there, dead. Oh man, that was shocking. I'll be honest. But though, in the same time, I'm not gonna lie, I knew Bumblebee was gonna be back alive. But I wonder how, because they were talking about they need like a large amount of energon, and of course, there's nothing like that around here in Earth. So I was wondering how they're gonna revive Bumblebee. But moving on, so Elena discovered that using her knowledge was the symbol that she realized there were one like in Peru, so they had to travel to Peru. How did they got there? Well, it was like I guess a cargo type airship. It was like a giant Autobot that could carry everyone and fly over Peru. It was like a green old looking Autobot. I didn't call his name, but yeah, he fly them over. Though Mirage was a little skeptical, saying that he'd rather walk than fly. I think he said he loved walking rather than just flying that thing. But still, as they were in Peru, they met Real Jack, and I was like, there's this little cheesy joke because Noah was asking about his accent, where did he got it from, and Real Jack was like, what do you mean about the accent? And yeah, it was in that joke. Honestly, I wasn't fond of that, but it's whatever. As they were moving toward I guess like it was like a parade, they realized that it had to have been in that area, which it was like a underground temple where they had to go and found a tube, I'm assuming. And inside there, it was nothing. And I was like, the MacGuffin. I should have known it was one of those things. So yeah, the transport key is technically the MacGuffin in the movie. It's funny enough, it's just like Star Wars, Rise of Skywalker. The whole MacGuffin thing, finding an item. It's like how many times I had to see this, but still. And then Scourge sent out one of his minicon, I guess. I mean, I'm assuming it's a minicon. And Noah was given like this gloves where it's shot like a well, actually he didn't knew. Actually, he kind of knew a little bit too late, but he still did it though. It was a gun, an arm glove gun, almost like the Power Glove if one was think about it. So, oh yeah, this was so cool. Scourge transformed into a truck, and I was like, what the? So this Scourge is actually inspired by the Scourge in Transformer Robots in Disguise 2001. I was mind blown because I love that show. That was like the most funniest Transformers show ever. I really do recommend anyone to watch that. Not to get confused with Transformers Robot in Disguise 2015, which is like the sequel to Transformer Prime. But yeah, I really heavily recommend Transformers Robot in Disguise 2001. I mean, Sharkbite was really good and funny in that show, but I'm getting off subject. So yeah, which, going back what I said, with the Predacons being like the vehicle, I'm assuming that's why, to pay homage to Scourge. You know, Scourge was basically Nemesis Prime, but before Nemesis Prime. So that was cool. So I quite get it why Predacons were not the half animals now in this film. So, but technically Scourge was a Decepticon. In the show, it was like Autobot versus Predacons, but they did have a sub faction, which was the Decepticon, led by Scourge, which was like, you know, it's a little bit weird. Half, you know, he was like, he had like the data or DNA of Optimus Prime, Megatron, and a human named Kelly, which is weird. But I'm going off subject again. Yeah, and I love the battle too. And the battle actually led to Nova and the Autobot to the Maximum, and I was like, where's Rat Trap? I love Rat Trap. He was like the best thing in Transformer Beast War and Transformer Beast Machine. Where is he? But it was still cool to see Cheetor and Rhinox. Oh man. And then there was a reunion between Air Razor and Optimus Primal. But the thing is, Air Razor was getting slowly corrupted by Scourge. I guess like he implanted some kind of virus, which is like, I'm assuming it's like a dark energy that led the Maximal, or I guess Autobots, to being corrupted. I'm assuming also that this was paying a little homage to the Air Razor and Transformers Robot in Disguise 2015. Because Air Razor was a Decepticon in that series. It was an okay series, but I'm not going to go too much on that. But still. And this led to the Autobot into a village where Optimus Primal said the transport key was, the other half was in there. And with the corrupted Air Razor, this led to the Predacon absorbing the second part of the transport key. And yeah, this led Autobot to team up with Nova to save the planet, realizing that, yeah, things are serious. But I know I seem a little bit jumping over it, but oh man, that Air Razor scene, it was heartbreaking. After Primal had to do what he had to do, but that was definitely heartbreaking. Now that final battle with the volcano and everything was actually really cool. And oh, let me tell you. Again, this movie was full with heartbreaking moments. When Mirage was, well, quote unquote, was dysfunctional. Oh man, that was so sad. Because, because Mirage was like the best character so far. But though Nova got his encouragement from his brother, because you know Mirage got the walkie-talkie, and he told him that you know he can do it. But Nova was doubting, and then realizing that Mirage was still alive, and he also called him Sonic though, Mirage. Funny enough, but yeah, and then Mirage morphed into a battle suit for Nova, and then that's where Nova helped to team up with Oxymer Prime to defeat Scourge. But yeah, and going back with the whole Bumblebee, I was like, that's how he was revived, because after the activation of the transwarp key, it lets, like, I guess there were energon deposited within the rocks, and they placed the corpse of Bumblebee like in a, like, I guess it was like a rock that shaped it like a bed, and it was like energon in there, which I guess that revived Bumblebee, and Bumblebee went back into action. Now, why did they brought Bumblebee to Peru? I have no idea. Well, actually, I do have an idea. They were hoping to get the transport key and transport to Cybertron to see if they can do it. But still, I mean, like, what I meant to say, why did they let him into a stone area there instead of with the... I actually don't know his name. But yeah, the flying Autobot still. And overall, the movie was really cool. I love the battle between Optimus Prime and Scourge, because it let the unity between the Autobot and Maximum and the fight. Though I thought it was a little bit funny that it was only like a small number of them compared to a whole army. Though still, movie logic. And I really loved the movie. And again, with sacrifices. Just like in the 2007 Michael Bay film, Transformers the movie, Optimus Prime was going to sacrifice himself in order to save the Earth. But once again, the human, in this case Nova, saved Optimus Prime from sacrificing himself. If anyone remember with Sam with Whiskey using the Allspark to destroy Megatron, yeah, Nova prevented Optimus Prime from falling into the void. But it was still cool though, and I really do love this movie. And before I say this, yeah, Nova went back to get another job. I'm assuming it was like security, but it turned out that it was a guy interviewing Nova to be part of G.I. Joe. I was like, what the? Okay, that was a little surprising, because Noah explains that, you know, he went out South America to do studies, learning his Spanish, and the guy was like, Peru, and then Noah was like, how do you know it was Peru? He didn't say it. And then he explained that it was like a secret government agency, which, of course, like I said, G.I. Joe. It was cool. Oh yeah, and one last thing, Noah managed to repair Mirage. Though it was a little silly because it was like a bunch of car parts morphed together, like the Frankenstein monster. And yeah, Mirage being back to somewhat normal. Now, if you guys want to know my ratings for this movie, I give it a 5 Allspark out of a 5 Allspark. Yes, I really do believe this movie was beyond. And I really do recommend anyone that loves Transformers and someone want to see like an action-packed film and just want to have a good time. Just want to enjoy the story and everything. Yeah, I really do recommend that one. Now guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this review helps to whether or not to watch Transformers Rise of the Beast. Oh yeah, and let me tell you before I say my goodbyes, I saw it was pretty coincidental that I think Transformers have been stealing Star Wars titles. I thought it was pretty funny that Transformers The Last Night, and then you got like Star Wars The Last Jedi. I kind of joked around saying, "Hey, look, Star Wars Transformers The Last Jedi Night." I kind of joked on that, But in this one, just like Star Wars, Rise of Skywalker, this one, Transformer, Rise of the Beast. And I'm like, I don't know if this is beyond coincidental or they're just stealing from Star Wars name. No, it could have been the other way around, because if I remember, Transformers, The Last Night came during summer, and then Star Wars was like... Well, Star Wars, The Last Jedi was like in December. Though, if I was correct, they actually delayed the movie because it was supposed to be in the summer, but they made it into winter. And actually, if I remember, it was supposed to match the anniversary there of the original Star Wars movie. Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. But I'm getting off subject. Yeah, I was like, I noticed that weird coincidence. I don't know if anyone noticed that. But oh yeah, hopefully this movie review helped you guys out, and let me know in the comments what you guys think. Give me a like or dislike, and share the video if you can. Alright guys,